Hello and welcome back to my channel, friends. Today I'm going to be sharing my vintage book collection along with my stuffed animal collection that I think basically only one person asked for, but I didn't want this video to be too short, and these are both things that I am very passionate about, I guess, so I just wanted to share them with all of you guys. Okay, to start, I'm going to share the two books that I got most recently, which were Christmas presents. The first isn't actually a fairy tale book, which I know I said I collect vintage fairy tale books, but this is a vintage book that I've really been wanting for a while, and it was on my Christmas wish list this year, and that is a vintage copy of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. This book was one of the first actual adult chapter books I ever read. I think I was probably like 13 or 14 when I read it, and it's just such a sweet and simple story. I normally tend to read only fairy tales, but I really love this book. I think it just is nostalgic for me and holds a special place in my heart. It's about a young girl, Francie is her name, and it just follows her from childhood to being an adult. So, you know, it covers everything from like romance to like fighting with your family and like finding a career and everything. And this book was actually banned in schools for a while, I believe, but yeah, I really like it, and it's got this nice plastic wrap to keep the cover in nice shape. Next book I got for Christmas is Grimm's Fairy Tales. I mean, look at this cover, like, this is just absolutely beautiful. It has all different stories in it, like Rumpelstiltskin, the Raven, the White Snake. So it has some, you know, classic stories that people have heard of, but other ones that are not as common. It has all these, it has some illustrations in black and white, and then every once in a while, let's see if I can find one here, it has an illustration in color. But I mean, this is just beautiful. Like, I think this is the type of book that I would keep out like on a coffee table or something, just because I just love it. Love how it looks. The next one, which I think I got at a thrift store, it's called On We Go, Reading for Meaning. It's got this cute little dog, and this dog has wings on the cover. It can fly. So the main reason why I like these vintage books is because the illustrations in them are so cute, and I think a lot of them, like these simple line work drawings, would work great as tattoos. This one though, the actual stories in it, like every page has like colored illustrations. It's supposed to be a book to help children learn how to read, but I just find it so interesting, and if I ever have kids, like, I definitely share this book with them. The next book is called Around Green Hills, and I apologize, I did get it from maybe even like the Goodwill bin, so it is a bit worn and dirty. Yeah, I must have gotten this from the bins. It's from 1953, and this is another that has all these, it's children's stories, and then it has these color illustrations in them. This one is called The Little Duke. Has this nice illustration on the cover. And this one, I would say, is a chapter book for children, so it's not quite for the ages as the other ones. And every once in a while it has this cool like print in it instead of like a normal illustration, which I thought was interesting. Something different. Here's another one. This one I just thought was so sweet. It's called Little Girls. Look at that cute little girl on the front. She's pulling a little wagon with a teddy bear in it. And it says, "My book, Courtney Fleming, Christmas 1968. How sweet is that? I'll read a little bit of it just because I think it's so cute. Little girls are wonderful, yet they are as different as can be. Some of them are short, some of them are tall, and some are in between. Many little girls live in big, busy cities, while others live in peaceful country or in friendly little towns. There are little girls who have brothers and sisters, and there are some who have none. They all go to school, and they all like to play. Some play house, Others dance or paint pictures. Little girls delight in ice cream and in parties and pretty dresses, and in soft, snuggly things. Some like to skip rope and to swing, while others enjoy reading, gathering flowers, or make-believe. And even though all little girls are different, there is one time when they all are alike. At the end of each day, every little girl loves to climb up on mommy or daddy's lap, say her prayers, and snuggle down to sleep in her cozy bed. Just like you. So, I guess it is a religious book a bit. I'm not a religious person, but I still think the story is so cute, and little illustrations, like I said before, I think these would be so perfect for tattoos because they're like simple little line work illustrations. I thought it was such a cute book, and there's some that are in color, like this. So, it's just a cute little book that I thought was so sweet. This next one, I think I also got from the Goodwill bins. It's called The Butterflies of America, and it's just these little illustrations. It's from 1950. Harrison Dickey III. It has his address, which I'm not going to show, even though I doubt he lives there anymore. But yeah, each page has like all the like scientific information about different kinds of butterflies. I just thought it was pretty and interesting. This one I also got from the Goodwill bins, which it's surprising to have so many books from there. This is Black Beauty. And it has this beautiful color illustration. And this was a special place in my heart because my grandmother was actually the secretary for the author of Black Beauty. So she did all the like editorial work on it, like fixing grammar mistakes and stuff. And I think that was like an older copy that she maybe had or something, so I had to get that. This one is called Mother Westwind How Stories. You can see on the back it has all these like hot pink cute little character drawings. And it's from Susan Krantz, that's the owner, and it's from September 18th, 1952. And it's a story of little creatures in a little forest. So there's Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Crow, Peter Rabbit is in here too. And I don't think there's any illustrations in here, but I just thought it was just full of sweet little stories, classic stories. This is Heidi. I feel like most people know the story of Heidi. And it says, this book belongs to Teresa Antoinette Burtz, I think. But it doesn't say the year. And this was the copy, not the exact copy, but this was the same version of the book my mom had when she was a little girl. So I saw this at the Goodwill bins and I was like, oh my gosh, that's special. I have to have that. This one is called Sarah Crewe, Little Saint Elizabeth. And to be honest, I haven't read it, but I just thought it was such a pretty book. I think I got this from like a half-price bookstore near me. It was just so beautiful. I couldn't pass it up. This one is called My Book House Through Fairy Halls. So, of course, that sounds right up my alley. And it is unfortunately really falling apart. So I have to be very gentle with it. And oh my god, I just found that there's someone pressed a leaf in here. That's crazy. Yeah, it's classic fairy tales. Moving on, this is another book that I got from the bins, and it's not a fairy tale book, but I just thought it was cute. It's like an old cookbook, and it says, Welcome Home for the Holidays. I honestly don't know how old it is, but I just thought the little illustrations, again, would be so perfect for tattoos. So I got that. This one, these two actually, are Walt Disney's Stories from Other Lands. This one is World of Nature, and this one is... No, this one's World of Nature, this one's Stories from Other Lands. These are at the bins. Let's see if it says what year it's from. It doesn't. But all the illustrations are from Walt Disney. So this one is full of pictures as well from different countries. So I think this is like a book that explores different cultures And then the Worlds of Nature one, also it has the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs printed all over both copies. The World of Nature one is like, yeah, an informational book about animals. And I loved reading these kinds of books when I was little. Obviously I didn't have these exact books because I think this is like a lot older than me, but I thought they were very cool. I've never seen this kind of books before. And this book is Edith and Mr. Bear, A Lonely Doll Story. And I used to read this when I was little. I would check it out from the library all the time. So when I saw it at the bins, like, of course I had to get it, you know? I don't know if any of you guys remember reading this. But it's just about Edith the doll and Mr. Bear, her friend, the stuffed teddy bear. They just kind of play around. I think they live in New York City or something, but it's a very sweet little story if you don't get creeped out by dolls. And that is my whole collection at this point. I definitely want to grow my collection. I dream of having a library full of books someday. So thank you for watching. Alright, this next section is going to be sharing my stuffed animal collection. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them with me today, but I will be sharing the ones that I have in my room right now. So to start, this is Pinkie, P-I-N-K-I-E, not like a pinky finger. I'm sure you've probably seen her in the background of my TikToks or something. She's that like really soft kind of fabric, and she's the newest edition. My boyfriend gave her to me, and I love her very much. She's very soft and cuddly. Next is Miss Cherry. She's from Build-A-Bear. My friend made her for me. A couple years ago we went to Build-A-Bear together and surprised each other by making stuffed animals for each other. She has one of these flippy sequin shirts, and in the top of her head right here she has a little scent thing, so she always smells like cupcakes. So that's Cherry. This is Reese. If you play Animal Crossing, if you played the DS Animal Crossing, or the Switch one, I guess you know who Reese is, Reese and Cyrus, and my boyfriend also gave her to me. The next one I'm going to share is Bon Bon. She is looking a little worse for wear these days. She's about a year old. She's from Aurora, their little stuffed animal collection, which is one of my favorite stuffed animal collections because they're so affordable. But she is so sweet and cute. Her name was, I think, Cherry for a while, actually, same name as my other one, but I changed her to Bon Bon just because I thought that was more fitting. She has a tiny little tail, and she's one of the ones that I sleep with every night. The next one is Rudy. He's also from the same collection. He's also looking a little worse for it because I sleep with him every night, but you can see he's a cute little frog. His eyes are covered by fur right now. I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Rudy. But here he is. He's also very soft and snuggly. This is Penguin. Doesn't really have a name. This is a Jellycat. This is my only Jellycat stuffed animal that I have. I got Penguin in December, and I got a matching one that I gave to my boyfriend, and it has a little purple hat. And I actually have two beanies. One is this color, and one is like that purple color. So when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, they match my hat. And my boyfriend loves penguins. That's his favorite stuffed animal, so I just had to get them. They're very sweet and one of my smallest stuffed animals. I also sleep with Penguin every night. And the last one I will be sharing today is one that my boyfriend gave me for Valentine's Day. Here he is. He's very itty bitty. He's even smaller than Penguin, and he's holding a little heart that says kiss me, and his name is Smithy Baby, which I don't know why, but I saw him and I was like, yep, your name is Smithy Baby, and he sleeps with me every night. I actually have one more. This is one that I got for my birthday. This is Heen from Howl's Moving Castle, and he's kind of shaped like a pancake, like a little pillow pet, and he's like an official, let me show the tag, an official Studio Ghibli stuffed animal. I think he's from the Studio Ghibli Museum, and my mom somehow was able to get him to arrive here to me in Minnesota, so I don't know how she did it, but I'm so grateful because I love Howl's Moving Castle, and I've always wanted a Heen stuffed animal, but they're always so hard to find, and I also sleep with him every night. And I actually do have one more stuffed animal here, but I'm not going to share him because He has been my stuffed animal since I was little. His name is Pooey. He's a Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal, and he is basically just threads right now, and the stuffing's falling out of him, and he lost his shirt. His button nose fell off, so I'm not going to share him. But I do have a stuffed animal that I've had since childhood that is very near and dear to my heart, but I won't gross any of you out by showing all the threads left of him. But that is my stuffed animal collection and my vintage book collection. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you guys have any fun things that you collect, leave them in the comments below because I love starting new collections, and thank you for watching.